Okay, good morning, student, once again. So yes, we have discussed till today. We're still discussing about the pregnancy-associated renal disease. Okay, so today, by any means, we will try to complete it by any means. So yesterday, we have discussed about the hypertension. It's not it like hypertensive disorders during pregnancy. So we were discussing about the preeclampsia and a little bit about the classification. That was like I have explained you all the four categories, which was number one was preeclampsia, and the other one was GST, and that was gestation. Whatever I have said, now listen carefully, and if you haven't written yet, then just try to write down for your further revision, because later on now when I actually will say that, oh, I haven't heard all these things. So the four classification that I had given you yesterday, number one was preeclampsia, the other one was gestational hypertension, and the other one was chronic hypertension, and the last number four was preeclampsia superimposed on chronic hypertension. So that was the four categories I had given you all. But among all those four, the one which is the most important and the most important was preeclampsia, because this is the hypertensive multi-system disorder, okay, which mainly affect many organs, but the most common organ that it affect was kidney. That was the reason why we mainly discussed about this. So do you all remember what was preeclampsia? Trisna, what was preeclampsia yesterday? Let's just not waste time at all. If you know, say you know. If you don't know, you don't know. I just can't wait for anymore.
Don't know, ma'am.
Okay, no problem. You keep on saying like this, no problem. Okay, next, Srijana, what was preeclampsia that we have discussed yesterday?
Ma'am, it is a multi-system disorder
Yes.
of unknown etiology characterized by hypertension, that is 140 by 90 mmHg or more with proteinuria
Yes.
and commonly edema.
Yeah. Okay. It's good. Okay. Let's move on. That was all about the hypertension. That means like the preeclampsia that we have discussed. Let me just rewind back. Means the woman with preeclampsia will have hypertension. That is, her BP will be equal to or greater than 140 by 90 mm of Hg, and that will be associated with proteinuria. That is the protein in the urine. And then also that particular high BP, it will be categorized or it can be seen only after the 20 week of gestation. After the 20 week of gestation, then only it is considered as preeclampsia. And then talking about the eclampsia, eclampsia is just the eclampsia means along with all the criteria of preeclampsia in the woman, means the woman will have convulsion. That means she will have all the characteristic, means all the criteria of preeclampsia, that is hypertension. She will also have the proteinuria, and then her blood pressure can also be recognized or identified as preeclampsia after 20 weeks. Everything is same. Only the one thing that is added extra is the convulsion, that is seizure, abnormal shaking of the body. That is the differences between preeclampsia and eclampsia, which we have discussed. Are you clear? Are you clear? Yes or
Yes,
no?
ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move on. And yesterday I had given you all how to check the BP of the woman by some of the some of the rules. That is MAP. What was the full form of MAP? Ilashara, what was MAP? Ilashara, what was MAP?
Mean atrial pressure.
Yes, mean atrial or arterial pressure. Okay, good. Nafishisa, what was the formula? Say, hurry up. What was the formula? MAP equal to?
S plus D into 2 divided by 3.
Okay, good. Okay, Dibyajit, what was the S? Dibyajit, what was S? Nafishisa said that the formula is S plus D into 2 divided by 3. So can you please tell me what was S? S stand for what? S stand for Dibyajit. If you know, say you know. If you don't know, we'll move on. S.
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, okay, let's move on. Tumpet, what was S?
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, Sengkamchi, what was S? Sengkamchi S.
I don't know, ma'am.
Okay, Ishan, tell me
I
what was
don't know.
S? Ishan,
Ma'am, systolic.
systolic pressure,
Ma'am,
okay. What
systolic.
and diastolic pressure? Okay, very good, Ishan. Okay. Okay, now let's move on. That was the formula. All of you don't forget, okay? When you write the formula of MAP, that is mean arterial pressure, the formula is S plus D into 2 divided by 3. तो अगर तुम S का मीनिंग पता नहीं है और D का मतलब क्या है पता नहीं है, then how will you try to calculate MAP? So always remember that S stand for systolic pressure and then D stand for diastolic pressure. Then if you know the value of these two, you can just put in this formula and you can calculate the value of MAP. And after calculating the value of MAP, and as we know that if it is greater than 105, it will indicate that the person have hypertensive disorder. So ये calculate करने के बाद तुमको पता चलेगा. Then don't forget this formula and the meaning. So okay, so now let's move on. So now what I want to tell you all today is that like means after 20 weeks of after 20 weeks of means gestation, okay, after 20 weeks of pregnancy, if you check the blood pressure of the woman, then if you find that it is 140 by 90 mm of Hg only one time, okay, only in the one session, if you check, then you can't say that she is having preeclampsia. You can't say like that, okay? So if you want to write down, you can just write it down. You just listen, okay, my explanation. After that you write down. Means like it's not like that, okay? In a single reading we can just conclude that a woman is having increased BP. So we just need to measure for at least 2 times. You have to measure the blood pressure at least 2 times, okay? So for the durations of 2 separate occasions, that is at least 6 hours apart. You have measured the blood pressure of the woman now, okay? Then after 6 hours, you have measured again. That means 2 occasion, in 2 duration, you have to measure. And if you find in that 2 duration or in that 2 occasion, you have find that the blood pressure of the woman is 140, more than 140 or else more than 140 by 140 by 90 mm of Hg, then only you can consider that she is having preeclampsia. Understand? Understand? Okay, let me explain in Hindi, okay? Like, you check the BP of, तुम लोगों ने एक pregnant woman का like blood pressure check किया, हाँ? तो first time you check the blood pressure, तब you got 140 by 140 by 90 mm of Hg. तब तुमको like consider नहीं करना है कि उसका preeclampsia है. उसका 6 hours का बाद फिर से check करना है. अगर उस टाइम पे फिर से अगर 140 by 90 mm of Hg मिला, तब you can consider that he is having preeclampsia. Understand? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Then let's move on. The next category that I had given you all was like, it was what? Gestational hypertension, isn't it? Gestational hypertension, isn't it? Number 1 was preeclampsia. Number 2 was gestational hypertension, that GHTN. Isn't it? Yes or no? You can on your audio. I can't.
Yes, ma'am.
Like, okay. Dibyajit, how are you now? Dibyajit,
Yes, ma'am.
you are fine now.
थोड़ा ma'am.
Okay.
Complete मतलब.
Okay, no problem. Take good care of yourself, huh?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, let's move on. in gestational hypertension, okay, just in gestational hypertension also, like what my explanation, if you want to write down, you write it, okay? Like in gestational hypertension, what you will find in a woman is that you will find the rise in BP, that is uska BP 140 by 90 mm HG ho sakta hai, uska upar bhi ho sakta hai. That one you will find like that of preeclampsia, same you will find, and that also after 20 weeks of gestation, same thing. But there is no significant of proteinuria. तो preeclampsia में तो proteinuria दिखाई देता है, but in gestational hypertension everything will be same, but the only difference is that there is no significant of proteinuria. Understand? Yes or no? Understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Done, na? Okay, let's move on. There are also like another term we generally use in pregnancy, okay? There are another term which is generally used in pregnancy, that is PIH. You can write down. There are another term we generally use in pregnancy, that is PIH. Capital में लिखना, PIH. 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 PIH का मतलब है P stand for pregnancy. You just write down. P stand for pregnancy. And I stand for induce. INDUCED. Induce. Induce. And then H stand for hypertension. तो उसका मतलब है PIH का मतलब है pregnancy induced hypertension. And like finish, na? You have written?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. And then means like for all the condition, okay, for all the conditions of pregnancy and hypertension, like as we know that hypertension is causing because of the gravid state of uterus, na? So we can just use this term PIH. So pregnancy induced hypertension means you can just write in arrow, okay, PIH, as a arrow deke, you can just write. There are three conditions which include in pregnancy-induced hypertension, or simply write PIH. There are three conditions which include in PIH. Is this for your understanding all these things? I just want you all to know, that's why I'm just explaining further. So there are three conditions, okay, which include in PIH. Those three conditions are, number one, preeclampsia. Preeclampsia, and number two, eclampsia. Eclampsia. And number three is gestational hypertension, that is GHTN. Let me repeat.
Ma'am, number two.
Number two
Yes,
is,
ma'am.
yes, number one is preeclampsia. Number two is eclampsia. Number three is gestational hypertension. The short form में लिखना GHTN. Okay, I hope it is done, right? These are the three conditions. If someone asks what is pregnancy-induced hypertension, so you can just simply say that pregnancy-induced hypertension is a conditions which include the following three hypertensive disorder, that is preeclampsia, eclampsia, as well as gestational hypertension. And you all these three meaning you already understand it. What is preeclampsia? I already explained very nicely. What is eclampsia? I have explained. What is gestational hypertension? Everything I explained. So all this combination of these three hypertensive disorders, the three terms together is known as pregnancy-induced hypertension. You understand? Yes or no? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, then what was the other one that first I give you preeclampsia in the category, in the classification I had given you, or the preeclampsia, after that I give gestational hypertension, isn't it? And the third one was what? That classification I gave you. What was the third one? Nafishisha, what was the third one? Say.
Chronic hypertension.
Yes, chronic hypertension. So, do you all want to know what is chronic hypertension? Yes or no? You all want to know, or I'll simply leave it like
Yes.
this? Okay, okay. It's very interesting. Like, don't get confused, okay? All these things, whatever I had given you. So chronic hypertension means like here, the woman will be having the blood pressure that is same like that of preeclampsia, means equal to or else more than 140 by 90 mm of Hg, same thing. But when we are saying chronic, okay, when we are saying chronic, the woman is having the pre-existing hypertensions, or else if she is having the hypertensions before pregnancy, or else before 20 weeks of pregnancy, okay, then you can term this as chronic hypertension. So let me explain it again, okay? Chronic hypertension का मतलब है कि उसका बीपी तो 140 by 90 mm Hg या फिर उससे ज्यादा हो सकता है, और उसका जो हाइपरटेंसिव डिसऑर्डर है, ऐसा नहीं है कि 20 वीक्स का बाद उसका डायग्नोज होता है. इट्स नॉट लाइक दैट. इट कैन बी बिफोर 20 वीक्स ऑफ प्रेगनेंसी ऑल्सो, और एल्स प्रेगनेंसी होने का आगे पहले से प्री एग्जिस्टिंग हाइपरटेंशन का मतलब है कि ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्टेंट, वो वुमेन का ऑलरेडी पहले से हाइपरटेंशन है. तो these are the conditions that led to chronic hypertension. You understand the differences of whatever we have discussed? You understand? Finisha, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone have any doubts about chronic hypertension? If yes, I will just explain again. Understand? Okay. Then I will not repeat. Okay, okay. Now, what was the last one? What was the last one? What was the last one? Ishan, what was the last one? Ishan, what was the last one? Preeclampsia explain कर लिया, gestational भी कर लिया, उसके बाद chronic भी कर लिया, और क्या बचा था last one? What was the last one? What was the last one? Preeclampsia? Superimpose on chronic hypertension, okay? Whoever haven't written yesterday, you can just write it. Preeclampsia superimpose on chronic hypertension. Preeclampsia superimpose, S-U-P-E-R-I-M-P-O-S-E-D, superimpose on CHTN, that is chronic hypertension. So as it's online class, you just write it in a short form so that there will be like no wastage of any time. So finish now. Preeclampsia superimpose on chronic hypertension. Okay, let me explain this. Among all these hypertensive disorder, okay, that occur in pregnancy, okay, the most complicated condition is this one. This is the most complicated cases, and it's very, very much danger. So here, what happened is that the woman is already having hypertension, okay, or if she developed hypertension before the 20 week of gestation or later, and along with that, she will also have proteinuria. So now what is the differences between this and pre-eclampsia? Pre-eclampsia में क्या दिखाई दिया था? Like उसका blood pressure high होगा, उसका proteinuria होगा. So this is also same na, like superimpose on chronic hypertension. What is the difference between these is that in chronic hypertension, the hypertension you will find is before pregnancy or else before 20 weeks of pregnancy. Understand? Yes or no? If no, I'll explain again. Yes or no?
Ma'am, finish explain.
Okay, let me explain. Okay, from the beginning, whatever it is, the category I will like to share again. So just listen nicely, okay? First, I have explained about preeclampsia. Okay, in that preeclampsia, the pregnant woman will have increased blood pressure that is equal to or more than 140 by 90 mm of Ag. Okay, in the chronic hypertension also same thing. It means not chronic, I mean preeclampsia superimposed on chronic hypertension, also same thing. In this case also, like the woman will have that same condition of increased blood pressure. Okay, in preeclampsia, the woman will have proteinuria, and in preeclampsia superimposed on chronic hypertension, women will also have proteinuria. So same. So what is the difference now? The difference is that in preeclampsia, the woman will have this blood pressure, that is increase in blood pressure, will be diagnosed after 20 weeks of her gestation. Whereas in superimposed preeclampsia superimposed on chronic hypertension, her blood pressure will be diagnosed, or her preeclamptic state will be diagnosed before 20 weeks of pregnancy, or it might be like before pregnancy. That is the difference. Do you get my point? Do you get my point? What is the difference? Yes or no?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Anyone have any doubts? You want to ask it again? Okay. Srijana, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. No is joining now. Okay. Yatu, you understand? Yatu, you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, now let's move on. Okay, so whatever like happened, and among all these among all the 4 classification that I had given you, the most important, always remember, it's a preeclampsia, because it was a multi-system disorder. Right in the definition, it was a multi-system disorder. That means बहुत सारा organ, जैसे कि हमारा liver, हमारा heart, बहुत सारा organ को affect करेगा. Like लेकिन among all those organs, the most organ that affect was kidney. That is why that is the most important hypertensive disorder. So never forget that, and we will. That is the reason why we mainly focus on preeclampsia. But apart from that, I want you all to know the other hypertensive disorder also. That's why I have just explained that 3 more, along with preeclampsia, which will be very much helpful in your future. Okay. Now, let us discuss about the few risk factor. So you just write the heading, the risk factor. The risk factor. Oh, Srijana, please take attendance. Like you can just screenshot and you can write it later on also. Like because you also have to write now. You can just screenshot and then. Okay. Okay, risk factor. Okay, like we'll discuss fast. The time needs to be very less. The risk factor means, first of all, the risk factor is age, AGE, okay, AGE. Age is one of the important risk factor, okay, AGE. Okay. what we will find the age is that, okay, the age is one of the most important risk factors. So if the woman is pregnant for the first time, there is more chances of developing hypertension, okay? So if the woman is pregnant for the first time, so usko, what was the term that I had explained to you all? That if the woman is pregnant for the first time, मैंने कुछ term दिया था. What was that? Nafishisa, what was that? I have said if the woman is pregnant for the first time, I had given one term. What was that? Ari, what was that? You forgot. Okay. Ishan, you remember what was that? Ishan, you remember what was that?
No.
Okay. Senkamji, you remember what was that? If no,
Breast discomfort.
what?
Breast discomfort.
No. It's okay. No problem. You just write down, okay? Primi gravida. I have explained yesterday, multi-gravida, primi gravida. In my first class, the spelling is Primi gravida, primi gravida. Primi gravida. So primi gravida ka matlab hi ki when the woman is pregnant for the first time, so that is called as primi gravida. So primi ka baad kya hoga? Multi. That means like more than one pregnancy, then it is multi-gravida. So all these women, okay, who are pregnant for the first time, they had a great chances of developing this hypertension, and especially in the young and in the elderly. Young ka matlab hai ki jo under 20 years, na? You can write down all these things also, whatever I have said. In the young and in the elderly, okay, they had more chances of developing hypertension. Young age ka matlab hai ki those women who are under 20 years of age, 20 years of age. And then elderly ka matlab hai more than 40 years. More than 40 years. So agar if any girl is pregnant under 20 years of age, and if the woman who is so much of advanced age, that means she is like more than 40 years of age, then there is a great chances of developing hypertension. So easily age may be this young and elderly comes the risk factor. So so to young women may like those who are under 20 years of age, okay, and those who are means elderly more than 40 years of age, why they have more chances of developing this hypertension? Why? The reason is that means in young women, okay, like जो बहुत ज़्यादा young age है, हाँ, तो in young women what happen is that the physiological changes are so many. जो physiological changes होता है ना, the physiological changes are so many, and their body are not mature enough to take all these physiological changes. तो उन लोगों का शरीर पे बहुत सारा physiological changes होगा, लेकिन they are not that much mature enough, okay, to take all these physiological changes and to communicate with all these physiological changes which will develop in pregnancy. So that is the reason why the young age are like comes under the risk factor. So in the same way, this whatever I have explained for the young age about the physiological changes, this also comes, same thing also goes to elderly, elderly or advanced age. So that was about the risk factor, the first risk factor. I hope you understand, right? Yes or no? समझ में आया ना? समझ में आया ना? तुम पे? समझ में आया तुम पे? On your audio?
No, ma'am.
Okay, फिर से explain करती हूँ. जो means a girl, okay, उसका उम्र 20 years से कम है, तो and she is pregnant, okay, तो उसका शरीर पे बहुत सारा physiological changes होगा. Obviously अगर बहुत कम उम्र में उसका pregnant हुआ, तो उसका शरीर पे प्रेगनेंसी का टाइम पे बहुत सारा physiological changes occur होगा, and then that physiological changes uska means her body is not that mature enough, okay, to take all these physiological changes. Understand? That will develop during pregnancy. तो उसका जो physiological changes वो उसका body इतना mature enough नहीं है कि वो ऐसा handle कर पाए. So that comes under the risk factor. So that is very bad. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The next is I don't know time is left or not. The next is the history. The history. The history. Next you write as history. तो हिस्ट्री में रिस्क फैक्टर में क्या आएगा मींस हिस्ट्री में oh god only 3 minutes left okay history में क्या आएगा like you just listen carefully okay in history is that like if a woman is pregnant okay and then during her pregnancy if she is a pre-eclamptic mother uska pre-eclampsia hua hai ha and then there is like great chances of developing pre-eclampsia to her daughter or as to her sister तो ये फैमिली जेनेटिकली भी हो सकता है अगर मम्मी का प्री एक्लेम्सिया हुआ तो उसका जो बेटी है ना उसका बेटी का भी चांसेस हो प्री एक्लेम्सिया होने का बहुत चांसेस है ऐसा नहीं है कि प्री एक्लेम्सिया होगा बट होने का चांसेस है और उसके साथ साथ उसका जो सिस्टर है एंड देन all those are also of great chances of developing this pre-eclampsia and then अगर पहले से फैमिली में अगर किसी का हाइपरटेंशन है फैमिली हिस्ट्री ऑफ हाइपरटेंशन है पहले से तो दिस कैन आल्सो अफेक्ट टू द मदर ओके लाइक किसी वुमेन का प्रेगनेंसी का टाइम पे हाइपरटेंशन डेवलप होने का बहुत ज्यादा रिस्क है तो ऑल दिस आर द जेनेटिक फैक्टर्स एंड देन number 3 you can just write metabolic disorder metabolic 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 disorder and then like ये भी risk factor का अंदर में आता metabolic disorder का मतलब है कि if the woman is having like diseases like diabetes तो अगर किसी का diabetes हुआ ना तो she have a great chances of developing preeclampsia. You need to know all this. Or next point number 4 you can just write pre-existing disorder. Oh, there is only 1 minute left. Just write fast. Pre-existing disorder. Pre-existing. EXISTING. Pre-existing disorder. So if you have left out anything, okay, then after I upload my video, you just listen to this class once again. If you have left out anything. So the next point is pre-existing disorder. तो pre-existing disorder का मतलब है कि अगर वुमेन प्रेग्नेंट हुआ लेकिन उसका शरीर पे पहले से कुछ डिजीज है जैसे कि उसका पहले से क्रॉनिक किडनी डिजीज है इसका हार्ट डिजीज है एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा पहले से pre-existing डिजीज है तो उसका ये प्री-एक्लेम्सिया होने का उसका बहुत चांसेस है मींस हाइपरटेंशन डेवलप होने का बहुत चांसेस है उसका बीपी हाई होने का तो and okay do you understand today class yes or no all of you on your audio do you understand today class
Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
do
ma'am.
you like the class
Yes, ma'am.
okay that's all for today okay study hard very nicely and I will be sending the notes okay okay that's all for today thank you everyone
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, ma'am.